Let's get back and talk about the classroom language. We have different expressions we can use inside our classroom. If you are not able to use them, then you will lose your confidence inside the classroom, and you will maybe lose your respect inside the classroom. Okay? Then, if you are not able to make this, please work on yourself on this part. Okay? Then, what are the different exhibitions we can use inside our classroom? We have different exhibitions. Okay? Let's start to receive them again. Raise your voice. Join this group if you are not. If you are going to work, make a work. If you work, okay, you can ask them to join the group and so on. Okay? We have an important part which is called ICQ. Okay. We are going to talk about ICQ. ICQ stands for instructions checking questions. Instruction checking questions. Okay. What about the instruction checking question? If you make a group, 3 groups or 4 groups according to the number of the classroom and according to the activity itself, then here you must say to them what they are going to do. This is first. Second part, you must say to them how they will go through the activity, and you can make a small demo for them. Okay? And then after that, after you say this, you can ask them different questions about the activity. The first question is how can you instruction checking questions. How can you do this activity? What is the time for you? If you finished quickly, what will you use in the next step, and so on. Then you want to make sure that all the students know how to do this activity, and then you can ask them different questions, and this is called ICQ, instruction checking questions. Okay, instruction checking questions. Okay, do you understand? This is for this part, which is called classroom language. Let's turn to pair and group work as we studied this part in our book, in the educational part. In pairs and group work, we have different strategies we can use inside our classroom. As we said before, pair, like think, pair, share strategy. As you studied, we have only about 60 minutes for the activity, 8 minutes as you like, and then you must distribute. This is through the activity you can present for your students inside the classroom. After making groups of 4 or 6 or 8 students inside the classroom with activity on the group, you can distribute the task of each one, and at the first 2 minutes, everyone will think mentally about the answer, mentally, not writing down the answer, okay, about the activity or the part he will do in the activity. In the second 2 minutes, each 2 pairs are going to work together to think again about the activity, and in the last 2 minutes, they will work in groups, okay? Then they will work individually, in pairs, and finally in groups, okay? This is for think, pair, share strategy. And we have also jigsaw. Do you remember jigsaw? Jigsaw. Oh no, jigsaw. Jigsaw technique also depends on dividing your classroom into groups, okay? But each one inside the group has a different task from the other students, okay? And then if you divide them into 3 or 4 groups, then one of them here has the same activity or has the same task inside the other group, okay? Then you can ask Then if I give you a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we can ask the number 4s to come and make a meeting inside the classroom and discuss a particular part of the learning. Also for the others, 1s and 2s and 3s, okay? And then they will get back to their groups again. After that, I know it is an inappropriate way inside the classroom. I know that you won't make this, okay? But this only to remember, okay? Also, we have inside outside the circle, or what's called onion rings strategy, okay? What is this? If you want all the classroom to come and join a discussion, and you can make 2 circles have the same center, or sometimes 2 concentric circles, one inside and the other outside, and they are facing each other. Then you can ask a question to discuss a part of the lesson, and then when you clap or make any sign, they will move towards or anti-clockwise and so on, and then they will have another partner and also discuss another question. This to make a complete or a perfect discussion inside the classroom. If you don't have a big place, you can take them to the playground. Okay, this is for pair work and group work. Okay, do you have any problems with this part? Let's move into classroom instructions. Follow in part of classroom instructions. Norms? Okay, we are going to talk about the norms. Let's first talk about the lesson planning. Lesson planning. Then, do you know or do you believe that lesson planning is very important part of our session? Then what will happen if you don't prepare your lesson well? What will happen? Why lesson planning is very important for all of you? Okay, I'm going to tell you. As you know, I know that you know. Okay. Aims and strategies will not be achieved if you don't prepare your lesson well. Organize time. Okay, and save your effort. Use materials and strategies. And translation smoothly among the different activities. Okay, this is also a big part. Okay, then let's talk about lesson planning. If you don't prepare your lesson well, then you will lose your confidence, you will lose your time, you will lose your effort, you will make a great effort to give them the information. The lesson will be boring for all the students. You can't achieve any of your objectives, okay? And if you prepared well on the other side, you will at least achieve your goals. You are not asked to achieve all the objectives inside the classroom at a given period. You only about 60% is very fair. Okay. Let's talk about the lesson planning also. The first part of lesson planning, as we said before, we have 5 stages of lesson planning. Do you remember them? 5 stages.
Strategies.
5 stages, as we said in this book. To give them the starter and overview, input, activity, and review. Then we have 5 stages you must keep in mind. They are not the stages you will write down them on your notebook. Again, the 5 stages of lesson planning or of any lesson in general. If you are standing in front of a class and you are presenting your work, first you have to start by the start. Okay. The starter, for example, represents the warming up or the icebreaker sometimes. Okay. And for math, we have sometimes we can use math riddles or science riddles. I'm going to give you an example of this. Okay. So I'm going to talk about lesson, and I want you to discover or find out the lesson is about what and how to introduce this for your students. Ahmed, example. Ahmed entered, this is like a small story. Ahmed entered our session and he started to count the number of teachers here. He found it that the number of teachers is number, when you divide it by 5, then the result is all number or integer, as you know. Okay. When you divide it by 2, the number of teachers in this session gives also all number. And this number, the number of teachers here, is greater than 35 and less than 45. Then, can you think mentally about the answer? How many teachers are there in this session?
40.
Okay, 40. And then, this is an introduction for what? Do you know? Divisibility in general. Okay? This is a math, like a math story, or what is called math riddles. Math riddles. R-I-D-D-L-E-S. Okay, math riddles represents short story about the lesson and how to start your lesson. Sometimes you can make short story about the lesson and tell them that is, you can give them another example. You can adjust the example here by giving them a word problem. For example, Ahmed entered the class 5A and counted the number of the teachers or the students. He found it that this number is divisible by 2 and is divisible by 5 and is included between 35 and 45. Then what is the number of students in class 5A? Okay, divisible by 2, divisible by 5, then it will be divisible by 2 times 5, 10. The number which is divisible by 10 and included between 35 and 45 is 40. Okay, you understand? Then we can make, for any part of the lessons you have, you can make short story about and how to introduce the information. Then after you give them the entrance or the starter or what's called the warming up, you can, after that we have overview. Today you will say to them, as Ms. Huda made before, today we are going to talk about blah blah blah. We are going to talk about divisibility and how you will know that a number is divisible by a given digit, divisibility by 2, divisibility by 3, divisibility by 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Then this is is related to overview. The second part after starter we have overview. After that, after you say them the objectives of our lesson for today, you will give them the input. Input means the mean or the way how to divide or when the number is divisible by 2. The number is divisible by 2 if it ends with digit, if any even digit. Okay, any number ends with even digit is divisible by 2. 3 if the sum of the digits is the sum of the digits is divisible by 3 and so on. 4 and so on, 5 and so on. Okay, this is called the input. And then the activity number 4. The activity number 4. 3. Number 3 is the activity. Okay, the activity you will distribute worksheets among them and represent work in groups or pairs or individually sometimes. Okay. Number 4. Units.
Some